Miki. After years of traveling, finally I have visited all 47 prefectures in Japan. So today I'm counting down top 10 must visit prefecture in Japan. Alright, here we go. Number 10. Nara. Nara is super famous right up there with Kyoto as one of Japan's top travel spots. It actually used to be Japan's capital about 1,300 years ago, even older than Kyoto. Just like Kyoto, Nara's packed with amazing temples and shrines. Of course, it's a popular spot, so you'll see plenty of tourists. But it's usually not as crowded as Kyoto, which is a nice bonus. But the coolest thing about Nara? The deer roaming around the city. It's such a unique sight. Honestly, as far as I know, you can only rarely see that kind of thing in Nara and Miyajima in Hiroshima. Also, not many people talk about it, but the southern part of Nara is super charming too. There is a giant Buddha surrounded by cherry blossoms and even a mountain covered in beautiful sakura trees. I haven't made videos about these spots yet, but I've already finished filming, so I'll be sharing it with you soon. Number 9. Kagawa. Kagawa is actually the smallest prefecture in all over Japan. But don't let its size fool you. It's packed with charm. It's a super chill, cozy place. And I'm especially crazy about Shodoshima, one of the islands in Kagawa. The old wooden houses and rice fields give off such a nostalgic vibe. And beaches and mountains there are absolutely gorgeous. Oh, and my favorite cafe in Japan is actually on Shodoshima. You can catch an amazing sunset from there. It's seriously breathtaking. And of course, we can't talk about Kagawa without mentioning Udon. Kagawa is even nicknamed Udon Prefecture because it has so many udon spots. Doing an udon restaurant crawl there is an absolute blast. Don't miss out on Ritsurin Garden, one of the most beautiful Japanese gardens, and definitely make the hike up to Konpirasan Shrine. The views from the top are incredible. Number 8. Toyama. Toyama is right next to Ishigaki Prefecture, where the super popular city of Kanazawa is located. Most people skip Toyama and head straight to Kanazawa. But if you are already in Kanazawa, you definitely shouldn't miss Toyama. It's a beautiful region surrounded by the sea and the massive Tateyama mountain range. And you can actually see those towering peaks right from the city. It's seriously impressive. I haven't been yet, but one place that's high on my list is the Tateyama Kurobe Alpine route. It's a scenic route through the Japanese Alps that you can explore by ropeway and bus. And in spring, you can even walk between snow walls that are up to 65 feet, 20 meters tall. Another must-see is the Kurobe Gorge, known for its crystal clear river and dramatic mountain scenery. It's beautiful in the fresh green of early summer, but the fall colors are really amazing. And here is a hidden gem, Gokayama, a traditional mountain village with steep thatched roof house, just like Shirahama in Gifu. But unlike Shirahama, which is often packed with tourists, Gokayama is still super quiet and peaceful. Honestly, I actually prefer Gokayama over Shirahama, hands down. Oh, and seafood lovers, you are gonna love this. Toyama is famous for its super fresh seafood. In Takaoka City, you can see a crab auction. It's a really cool experience. Number 7. Hiroshima. Most people know Hiroshima for Ishigaki Shrine and Atomic Bomb Dome. But personally, I really recommend exploring the eastern side of Hiroshima. It's full of underrated gems. First up, Onomichi. It's a retro port town built along the hillside, so you get some incredible views. The streets are lined with old Japanese houses, and there are lots of cute cats. The whole place has this nostalgic, peaceful vibe. If you are visiting Japan during cherry blossom season, Onomichi is an absolute must. Next, we've got Tomonoura, a small fishing town that feels like it's been frozen in time. It still has original buildings from the Edo period, and it moves at a super slow, relaxing pace. There aren't many tourists, so it's perfect if you are looking for experience that timeless Japan feel. Oh, and fun fact, this town actually inspired Studio Ghibli's movie Ponyo. And finally, there is Okuno, also known as Rabbit Island. Over 500 wild rabbits live on this island, and they are super friendly and so cute. Plus, the nature on the island is so beautiful, so if you visit to Hiroshima, it's totally worth the detour. Number 6. WAKAYAMA. WAKAYAMA is actually my hometown, but I promise that's not why it made this list. It's one of the most underrated places in Japan. Since there is no Shinkansen station in Wakayama, it doesn't get a ton of tourists. But that just means you get to enjoy its incredible nature. One of the highlights is the Kumano Sanzan, a group of 3 ancient shrines that are considered some of the most powerful spiritual spots in Japan. You can visit them by train and bus, but many people choose to hike the Kumano Kodo, a World Heritage pilgrimage trail that connects all 3. By the way, that super famous waterfall photo you often see on Japan travel guidebook? Yep, that's from Nachi Taisha, one of the Kumano Sanzan shrines. Another spiritual site I haven't been to yet, but I really wanna visit, is Koyasan. It's one of the most sacred places in Japanese Buddhism, and staying overnight at there is a special experience. There is also a small fishing town called Taiji that's really unique. It has a long history of whaling, and people there still live off that traditional today. There is even a whale museum, and you can try whale and dolphin meat. So if you are into nature, hiking, or spiritual sports, I totally recommend checking out Wakayama. Number 5. Okinawa. Okinawa is a tropical island paradise in the far south of Japan, and is known for its beautiful beaches, coral reefs, and super chill vibes. Perfect if you are looking to just relax. Fun fact, Okinawa used to be its own country called the Ryukyu Kingdom, up until about 150 years ago. So the culture here is totally unique. It feels really different from the rest of Japan. Most visitors stick to Okinawa's main island, but if you want even more stunning beaches and a deeper dive into Okinawa's unique culture, I highly recommend checking out the Yaeyama Islands. I've visited 4 of them, and each one has its own charm. Ishigaki Island is the main hub of the Yaeyama Islands, with the airport, the big ferry port, and plenty of restaurants and shops. It's the perfect base for exploring Yaeyama Island. On Taketomi Island, you can still see traditional Okinawan houses and get a real feel for what old school Okinawa was like. Iriomote Island is full of wild, untouched nature. If you are into jungles, waterfalls, and epic adventure, this is the island for you. And then there is Kohama Island, which is super quiet and covered in sugarcane fields. There is not a ton to do, but there are a couple of good resort hotels, so it's a great spot to just slow down. There are even more amazing islands in the Okinawa. You've got to check it out. Number 4. Yamagata. Yamagata is part of Tohoku region, and it's a place where you can really feel the beautiful of all 4 seasons, along with some incredible historic onsen towns. One of my favorites is Ginzan Onsen, a tiny nostalgic onsen village tucked deep in the mountains. It honestly feels like you've stepped into a Ghibli movie. The snow winter scenery is absolutely magical, but because it's such a small town with limited hotels, make sure to book early if you want to stay overnight. Then there is Zao, a mountain resort area where you can go skiing in winter or hiking in the summer. One of the coolest things you'll ever see in the snow monsters. 3 completely covered in snow and ice that only appear in winter. Zao is also an onsen town, and personally I really love the quality of the hot spring water there. Another must visit is Yamadera, a mountain temple that you reach by climbing over 1,000 stone steps. It's a bit of a workout, but the views from the top are absolutely breathtaking. Even the walk up to the top is beautiful and peaceful, so it's one of my favorite temples in all over Japan. I visited in May during the fresh green season, but the autumn leaves season is also amazing. Yamagata might not be flashy, but it's the kind of place that leaves a deep impression. If you are looking for a quiet, soulful trip into nature and history, this is it. Number 3. Kumamoto. Kumamoto is located right in the center of Kyushu, and when I first visited, I was completely blown away by the natural beauty of Mount Aso and the surrounding landscapes. Aso is one of the most unique places in Japan. It's a double caldera, and there are actually towns and train lines inside the caldera. It's wild to think that people live and farm on the caldera. Mount Aso is an active volcano, and you can get close to the crater. It's an unforgettable experience. On the north side of the mountain, you'll find Kurokawa Onsen. It's full of charming wooden ryokan and has a beautifully unified, rustic atmosphere. Oh, if you are visiting Aso, you should definitely stop by Takachiho in Miyazaki too. It's known as the place where the deities descended to Earth in Japanese mythology. So there is really mystical and spiritual vibe there. And don't miss the Takamastu Gorge with its beautiful emerald green water. It's absolutely worth seeing. Number 2. Tokushima. Tokushima is one of the 4 prefectures on Shikoku Island. And honestly, I've only been to one area in Tokushima Prefecture. But it left such a strong impression on me that I had to include it in this ranking. That place is called Iya, a remote mountain region deep in the heart of Tokushima. It's a true hidden gem, where you can experience untouched wild nature on a whole new level. Japan is about 67% forest, so mountains and valleys aren't exactly rare here. But something about Iya feels different. The valley is incredibly deep, the mountains are dramatic, and the river is shockingly clear. There are also some great onsen in the area, so I definitely recommend staying for a couple of nights. By the way, Kochi Prefecture, just south of Tokushima, is also home to some incredibly beautiful rivers. If you are a river lover, it's definitely worth checking out where you are in the area. Number 1. Nagano. I love Nagano so much. I'm seriously thinking about living there. Nagano has everything: nature, history, culture, onsen, and all kinds of outdoor activities. Let's start with Matsumoto Castle, one of only 12 original castles that survived from before the Edo period. It's even designated as a national treasure. Then there is Nara Ijuku, a historic post town where you can walk nearly 4 kilometers through perfectly preserved Edo period streets. It honestly feels like you've stepped back in time. Nagano is also home to some of Japan's tallest mountains, and the nature here is just incredible. One of the most breathtaking places I've ever been is Kamikochi, a stunning alpine resort where crystal clear rivers, forests, and snow-capped peaks all come together in perfect harmony. Hakuba is famous as a ski resort, but even in the green season, it's absolutely worth visiting. If you are into spiritual spots, check out Togakushi Shrine. It's tucked deep into the forest, and the mossy cedar path leading up to it has such a powerful mystical vibe. I really felt the energy there. And in winter, Nagano turns into a true wonderland. You've got Kamakura, monkeys in onsen, and all kinds of snowy scenes you can only find there. I honestly love this place so much, But there is one thing to keep in mind. Lately, more and more tourists are visiting, and places like Nara-Ijuku, Kamikochi, and Togakushi Shrine can get really crowded. So if you've seen peaceful photos online, don't expect it to be exactly like that unless you go early. Or even better, stay overnight to enjoy the calm after the crowds leave. I still have so many places in Nagano I wanna visit, so you can definitely expect more Nagano contents coming soon. That's it! The full ranking! Did you find any places you wanna visit? And I wanna hear from you! What is your favorite place you have visited in Japan? Let me know in the comments! Alright, thanks for watching! Have a nice day!